Hello again, friends. Welcome to another video. I'm Dire Raven. Today we're going to jump into something that used to be a favorite of mine. This is the Punisher. I used to run this a lot in Tier 0 Electrical Abyss. I did do maybe 2 or 3 Tier 1 filaments with it as well. I had a comment from a viewer. Techno Viking said, in short, "Nice vid. I found the Punisher and Succubus to be excellent Tier 1 electrical ships, especially the latter." Now, I never ran a Succubus, so this got me thinking. With the new skills that I've put together, running the higher end Abyss filaments, would the Punisher hold up better today than what it did for me when I was first starting out in EVE over a year ago? And I believe the answer is yes. This fit was absolutely excellent in a Tier 0. I did run a few Tier 1s with it, but it was a struggle. This is a dual rep fit, and at the time it was not cap stable. However, with the skills that I have now, it is. Not to mention more knowledge on the abyssal mechanics, as well as piloting skills. So let's take a look at the fit, and we'll see if Techno Viking was correct. So this is exactly the way I had it set up. In fact, this is the exact ship, the same hull, as you can tell from the dirt. So, in your highs, dual light beam laser 2s. And typically I keep these fitted with Imperial Navy multi-frequencies. I do carry other crystals with me. I have the Auroras, I have the Gleam, I have some Imperial Navy standards, and of course our electricals. But for the most part, with being able to run the prop mod constantly, I pretty well can get on them pretty fast, and I just kind of keep them on the multi-frequencies, because we're going to be circling close. So for your mids, a 1 meganewton YS8 compact Afterburner, and a small compact lead acid cap battery. In the lows, we have 2 heatsink 2s. We have a compact Multispectrum Energized membrane, and 2 small armor repairer 2s. Now, of course, we could crank these up a little bit and make them go with faction or something like that, but right now, the price of our ship is sitting at 18.6 mil, and it would probably be a little lower if we were in Jita. So, I really think that's a pretty good price range for a small frigate like this. If you can run this a few times successfully, then you have made your money back. In the rig slots, we have 2 small capacitor control circuit 2s and 1 small capacitor control circuit 1. And that's the fit. It's fairly simple. We're cranking out 128 DPS. Of course, we have no drone bay, so there's no drones to manage with this. It's pretty much turn the prop mod on, turn on the small armor repairers, and let them just go to town and do their thing. Orbit your target, shoot to kill, Bob's your uncle. So like I said, this is now cap stable. It did not used to be when I was running this before. So definitely get on your magic skills and get all those trained up, because it does make a huge difference. Let's jump out here and see just what this thing can do. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and form up a fleet with ourselves. Use the electric filaments, frigates, and here we are. Let's go ahead and jump in. Worst that can happen is we lose 20 mil. Okay, this is actually looking like kind of a tough room. Well, the one thing I do not like about this ship is that we cannot target further than 30 kilometers, so we'll go ahead and switch to the Auroras and hope that we can get a few long shots on here. As you've seen, as soon as I came in, I just turned all of our mods on. We are falling outside of our range here on these weapons, so we're going to go ahead and switch to standards. I think that'll do us a little more good. For these other two, target our bio combinative cache. Just go to town. As you can see, we're hitting pretty good. They're missing pretty frequently. Let's go ahead and start this guy. And we're getting pretty good volleys, really. There's our daily skill points. These guys are really taking us for a ride around the on approaching him, because he will not go outside of the arena here, as it were. At least that's our hope. Be sure he won't. Okay, there he is. Start approaching this other fella. And start shooting him. We are well within our range for the multi-frequencies, so we're going to go ahead and switch to those and start hitting him with those. And there we go. One room down. Still have 16 minutes to go. To me, what this shows is that the skills that you're learning over time are absolutely going to improve your gameplay, as well as knowing when to follow or when to approach, when to orbit, when to keep distance. The piloting skills are must. There's 1.5 mil. We are not going to run around and try to get all these little extraction nodes. We are simply headed for the gate and go into the next room. Okay, we're gonna go right for this Cinnaball. He is, for sure, trying to nude us out. And kill one of the armor repairs, see how we can do with just one. So far we look really strong. I'm not sure where we're stable at inside of the electrical. Looks like 57%. That's pretty good. Yeah, we're looking really, really good as far as the capacitor goes. Alright, so there's that. Let's see how close we can get to this Jamule. Very nice. And get our cash targeted. Alright. $1.49 mil, including a Rodiva blueprint, which is very nice. I will take that any day. Look like we might have got some other stuff in there too. It's like some crystalline isogen. It's always good to get an abundance of loot, I feel. Like, I think it makes it a little more interesting when you're not just picking up Gleavian surveys. Alright. Charybdis tyrannus. So this is going to be a tell-all. Let's go this direction. As soon as we can, we're going to go ahead and try to lock. And try to get closer. Kind of manual pilot this a little bit here to start too much. Right. So there we go. I don't think Charybdis even hit us once. We kept our transversal pretty good. We're just going to stay right up under his guns. So Charybdis Tyrannus, the very least of our problems when we are in this ship. Very well done. I think this ship handles a tier 1 absolutely incredibly. I have no complaints. And really, personally, I find it to be much more fun to jump in a small ship and push it to its max and see just what you can get out of it, even if the payout isn't as good as running a Gila in a tier 4 or tier 5. Yeah, let's go ahead and get our cash. $1.1 mil.